Hi everyone and good evening. I'm back once again on Ladies Let's Talk Business. And today we are going to be looking at um do you fear being successful? Are you afraid of success? Anybody you ask is going to tell you, oh, why do I have to fear success? But we don't know that oftentimes we subconsciously fear being successful, mostly because of our upbringing, mostly because of our experiences, mostly because of, things that we've heard over and over and over and over again, which is why I always tell you, be mindful of what you tell your kids. Now, sometimes we grow up hearing, a lot of negative things about ourselves, we hear a lot of, times people say, you can't do this, you can't do that, or you are too all over the place, and people are going to have a lot of opinions about you. And sometimes, if you're not careful, those words, they will be embedded in your psyche. And once that happens to you, this can hinder you, and this can make you yourself to become, to often sabotage your own self, sabotage your own success. So that is what we are going to be discussing today. So, and first of all, we need to understand the concept of success. Now, success is going beyond your norm, going beyond what you can easily do, doing whatever you like doing, and doing it in a great way, in a way that will stand you out. So these are the things, especially with your career talent, in things that you do, and to really see yourself as successful, you need to look at I think, five cycles of your life, like your relationship, finance, your career, your mental and physical health, and your happiness within you. Are you happy within yourself? Now, sometimes people don't want to acknowledge the positive things that happen to them, and these are the things that form parts of the things that make us sabotage ourselves and sabotage our own success, and for us, and things that make us, sometimes we want to feel smaller than we are. That is fearing success. So we're going to be looking at the points, the signs that you might be afraid of being successful. So as we are talking, I want you guys to get involved in this. I want you to share your own views. Have you had experiences? Are you going through any experience? Do you have anybody talking in your ears who is talking you down? Is somebody making you feel little? Is anything hindering you from going beyond where you are now, or what you dream of being? So that's the essence of the discussion today. So, do you fear success? That's the question. Are you afraid of being successful? Yes or no? Okay, let's see. Now, this is the first sign. I might not be able to finish all of the signs today, but we'll be taking them one after the other. So, the first sign is you don't want to be in the spotlight. You don't want to step out. You don't want to step out of yourself, out of your shell. You don't want to be seen. You don't want to be recognized. This happens so very often with so many of us. We play small. We play below where we are. Sometimes we feel it's being humble. We don't want, we want to be where we are. We don't want people to start feeling something. That means you're scared of going beyond where you are. You're scared of stepping out of the box that you've been fitted into. You know, sometimes people compliment us and we quickly brush it out. We don't want the attention to be on us. You know, like for example, somebody say, "Oh, you look so pretty, you look so good, you look cute," and you say, "Hmm." Or somebody admires your dress or something. You say, "Oh, I bought it from so cheap place." Instead of you to say thank you, acknowledging, you know, the compliment. If you often do that, know that you're scared of being in the spotlight. You're scared of being seen. You're scared of being heard. You're scared of succeeding. You're scared of stepping out of the box. So this is the first sign. And once to overcome this, you need to first of all realize that you do that. You need to first of all start paying attention to yourself. When people speak to you, how do you respond? You have to intentionally begin to listen to yourself. Begin to know how you respond to compliments. That's the first sign. You don't like compliments. You don't like rewards. You don't like people praising you for what you've achieved. You play down your achievements. You play down yourself. You play down what you do. You try to shift the praise, the compliment to someone else. You don't want it. You want to stay behind the scene. You are afraid of success. Now the next one is you are scared of people's opinion. You are scared of people's opinion. What people are going to say, what people think about you bothers you a lot. You worry so much of what people are going to say. Therefore, you have to ask everybody. You want to be nice. You want to be seen as, you know, you don't want to offend anyone. There's no successful person who doesn't offend people. And as a matter of fact, as long as you're living in this earth, you're going to offend people, no matter how you try to do it. So it's better for you to step out and be who you are. Be yourself. Attract the right people around yourself. Don't try to sabotage yourself, accommodating people you don't need or people that are not in line with where you're going to. It's a dangerous game to play. When you worry so much about people's opinion, of course, people are always going to have an opinion about you. People are going to say something. People are going to have something they think about you, good, bad, ugly, whatever. So if you kill yourself every single day, worrying, bothering yourself, thinking of what people are going to say about you or what people are saying about you, then you are not yet ready. That's another sign that you are, you know, okay, let me see who's here. That's another sign that you are actually afraid of being successful. 1 second, guys. Let me see who is here. So, as someone who has stepped out, who is ready to, you know, to embrace success, you people's opinions should not bother you. And sometimes, most often, people who do this, people who fear people's opinion, are people who usually criticize others. These are people who usually have critical opinions about other people. These are people who gossip about people. These are people who usually are envious, jealous of people who are successful, people who detest successful people. You know, when you feel that you cannot achieve what somebody can achieve, what somebody's achieving already, sometimes, you know, you become angry, become jealous, you become envious. That's because you are afraid of being successful. You are making excuses for yourself for not stepping out and being you and doing your own thing. So that's a sign. Whenever you see somebody who always talk about, like for example, you see celebrities, people have a lot of, a lot of negative opinions about them when they don't even know these people. You form with just little group, and you people talk negative about people who are in the public eye or people who are doing their best because you are scared of stepping out. It's a sign that you are afraid of being successful. Whenever you see a successful person, you become agitated, you become angry, you want to find one negative thing to say. Therefore, making excuses in your subconscious head to stay where you are. Stay small. So that means you are not yet ready to be successful at all. So let's get some people who want to join us here. So that's where we are in the points. We've done 2 points. The first point is you don't want to step out in the spotlight. Therefore, you push away any compliments that come your way. And the second one we have talked about now is you don't want to, you are scared of what people are going to say about you. You're scared of that. You don't want people to see you. You don't want people to judge you. Therefore, making decisions and doing the things you want to do, you can't come out and do them. You're always asking people for their opinion about what you want to do and stuff like that. So those are the signs that you are scared of being successful. The next sign is you are scared of making mistakes. You are afraid of making mistakes. Who told you you shouldn't make mistakes? You want to be so accurate. You want everything to be perfect. But life doesn't work like that. Successful people are people who have failed over and over and over and over again. These are people who have failed in so many things, but they keep going. Being successful requires courage, requires determination, you must be very hungry. The hunger to be successful must be more than the fear of failing. Therefore, mistakes, you shouldn't bother you. So, but when you find yourself being hindered from doing anything because you are scared that it's not as perfect as you want it, nothing can be perfect. That means you are scared of being successful. You're scared of success. Success is a product of trying, making mistakes, going back to it, learning from your mistakes, and you keep going. And as you go, you learn. As you go, you learn. So if you continue to box yourself in thinking, oh, I've made mistakes, that also follows the cycle because you are scared of what people are going to say. You are scared of people criticizing you. That is why you are scared of making mistakes. And that is why you don't want to step out. And that is why you don't want to go further. Therefore, you are stuck where you are. That means you are scared of success. You are scared of being successful. You are afraid. You fear success. When you see success, you agitate. Your body starts shaking. You become anxious. Anxiety all over the place. Because you're about to step out. Let me tell you one story. There was one time when at the early start of our business, when we started our business, the earlier time. So we had this deal we were making. Some people brought a huge business to us, and the money was really big, and we were negotiating and planning on the negotiating on the business in general. So as we negotiate the business, the money was so much, so I became scared. I became scared, not because we couldn't handle the business, but because the amount of money involved, I've never handled such amount of money at a go before. So I was so scared, I was shaking, you know, I was shaking, and I couldn't sleep throughout the time. So my mind, every time I keep on battling with my mind, I keep on thinking, if what we're negotiating, if I'm right. I was scared of my worth. I was scared to, name my price. I was so scared. The amount of money involved was so scary for me at the time. I began to have doubts. I began to fear. I began to shake. I couldn't rest. Even my husband kept, trying to encourage me, but that wasn't happening. These are the things that happen when you are not yet ready, you are not yet prepared, you are not yet in the form of the next level. That means you're not yet prepared to succeed beyond where you are. So that happened to me, and for no reason, from nowhere, that business, we lost it. And immediately the business collapsed. I, I became myself again. So whenever things like this are happening to you, that means you are not yet ready for the next step. And then you need to begin to ask yourself, why that? Why am I not ready? Why am I not ready to succeed? If you're in ladder 1, you should be aiming to be ladder 2, 3, and going further. But if you're not yet prepared in your mind for the next step, then if it comes to you, you're gonna crumble. So these are the signs of being scared of success. We've dealt with, you are scared of being in the spotlight, you're scared of people's opinion, you're scared of making mistakes. These are we've just done the third one. And the first one is the imposter syndrome, which is the one I was just trying to explain to you now. You don't want to do something, complicated. You doubt yourself. You doubt your worthiness for your opportunity that's come to you. You doubt, even sometimes, especially in terms of money, you begin to think that, you start having this mindset that if you're being criminal with what you're doing, you start criticizing yourself. You start thinking that, oh, this amount of money you're asking for, are you sure you're not being dubious? And you don't understand your worth. You are scared to name your price. You are scared to name your price. You work so hard. You give your best. But you are scared to name your price. You are scared to be paid. You are scared to ask for your money. You are scared to ask for your pay for the job you've done or you're doing. That is a sign that you are scared of being successful. I want you guys to share, I want you to share the video. If you're online with us, please do share the video. Let other people join in. And if you have any question at this point, please do not hesitate in sending in your questions so that, we can be treating it as we go along. I want to carry everybody along. Let's talk. Let's talk business, guys. This is very important. It happens so too often, especially with us women. We usually undermine ourselves. We like to do things that are undemanding. We like to keep it simple because we don't want to go beyond where we are. We don't want to share our own opinion. We don't want to talk so that we don't offend people. We don't want to step out. We don't want to share our knowledge so that people don't say, oh, she's a know-it-all. But you have it there within you. You are mocking yourself. You're mocking God, who has given you that gift, who has given you that ability, who has given you that zeal, that talent. Don't undermine yourself. Please share the video. Share the video in your network. Invite other people to join us so that we can have a discussion. Let it not just be me talking. I want to hear from you as well. So that we can be talking, deliberating, and having our minutes. I haven't been online for a long time now. If you look at my face, I don't know, some people say, oh, you don't look pregnant, but how do I look? Do I look good? People say, oh, you don't look pregnant at all, you look this. But then, yeah, I thank you for all the compliments. But at the same time, for the past, since this year, like I said earlier, when I told the people that I might be off air for a while, I've been really down. I've been really very down. That is how I usually feel when I'm pregnant, and I knew that it's gonna happen. So I was ready for it. But now we are bouncing back. So ladies, let's talk business. Are you scared of success? That's the topic today we are dealing with. Are you scared of success? Most women are scared of success. We play ourselves down. We play our abilities down. We play our achievements down. We play everything down. Everything we do, it's just you need to check your language. How do you talk about yourself, about the things you do, about the things you've achieved? Do you say, you do your hand like this? You are undermining yourself. You are a leader. You are a successful person. You do so much. So you need to own it. You need to own your achievement. It's not being arrogant. It means that you are comfortable with yourself. You are ready for the next level. Like I told you, it's not how I lost a business that involves a lot of money, because I was mentally not ready. I wasn't ready for it. So that level of success at the time was scary for me. But now, but unfortunately, those kind of opportunities don't always come our way easily. So that is why you have to prepare yourself. Even before you get there, you need to prepare yourself, your mindset. You have to prepare yourself to accept success before it comes. Because once it comes and you're not ready, it might never come again. Are you afraid of success? Ladies, let's talk. Let us talk. Now, you fear that if you become successful, you're going to change. You're not sure of yourself. If you're scared that, oh, okay, if I have PhD, it's going to change me. Of course. The only thing that is constant in life is change, and you must be prepared to change. You must be prepared to act accordingly, according to your status quo, according to the responsibility that presents itself to you. Because success brings responsibility, and you must live up to it. So if you are scared of responsibility, if you are scared of your change, that means you're not ready for the change. That means you're not ready for success. So many of us say, oh, I don't want to, if I become this now, that means my dressing, I'll start dressing in a certain way. Of course, ladies, you need to upgrade. So if you're scared of stepping beyond where you are, stepping beyond you, if you are scared of looking good, if you are scared of sounding better, if you are scared of associating with successful people, then you are scared of success. And that is what is hindering you. You are sabotaging yourself. That is what is stopping you from moving beyond where you are. That is why when you look, you see people who you are better than stepping over you. doing or being recognized more than you, because you haven't stepped up. You don't want to live up to your achievement. You don't want to live up to your ability. You are scared. You are withdrawn. You are drawing back. Why? Today we are dealing with this, with the signs, to remind you, to let you know that, see, if you're having these things, if you're having these doubts about yourself, if you're having this discussion in your head, that means you are scared of success. Next time we'll be talking about how to deal with this issue so that you can step out and be you, and be, and grab and take the position that you deserve. So we have dealt with one. When you are scared of compliment, you're scared of spotlight, that means you're scared of success. Two, when you're afraid of people's opinion of you, what people think about you, that means you're scared of success. When you are scared of making mistakes, if you begin to have the imposter syndrome, like when you charge people money, you start feeling guilty. When you ask people to pay you for your services, you start feeling guilty. When you ask people questions to do something for you, or when you say yes or say no in situations, you start feeling guilty about it. Those are signs that you are afraid of success. You're not yet ready. Therefore, you need to begin to work on your mindset. You need to begin to visualize where you want to be, who you want to be. You need to start working on yourself. Let me tell you one thing again. There was one time I went for a training. That was a 3 days training, intensive training. It was coaching training. Sometimes you might think that you've achieved quite a lot, or that you're achieving things, but you don't know that within yourself there are things that you are covering up inside. There are some issues or things that you're covering inside. So during this training at the coaching school, it got to a point when all of us, the students, we are asked to form groups. We formed one-on-one. We were two. So the challenge was, you begin to ask the other students questions about his or her business, depending on who you are dealing with. And everything was going fine until at the point when my partner started asking me questions, deep questions. These are some questions that you normally ask yourself in your own mind, and you answer them in your own mind. Sometimes we lie to ourselves. So as this lady was asking me those questions, I'd finished asking her questions, and she was answering them. Sometimes, not usually, people become defensive as well. You try to defend your own integrity and your business success. So because it's easier for us to say, oh, you've made this amount of money or success in your business and all that, without looking at other factors. Now, it was my turn to take the questions, and this lady was asking me serious, deep questions, personal business questions. I began to cry. I began to cry. These are where the tears, the cry was as a result of the inner truth that I've been holding back, that I've been hiding within myself. And that is what coaching is all about. I always recommend for people to go for coaching, training, or find a coach. The job of a coach is to find those things that you hide behind your heart, the real truth that you're hiding. Oftentimes, those truths are the things that hold us back. Those are the fears that we have. We find a way to bottle them and keep them somewhere. But a very good coach will get there. and I was like a naked person. I was like open naked. Like this lady was, she operated on me, opened me up, and was seeing everything. I began to cry. I couldn't answer those questions. And that was an eye-opener for me. That made me to now face the reality, face the truth, and began to work on them. That is what happens with people who fear success. When you are scared of success, you need a coach. You need somebody to drill you, to get you to your inner truth, so that you can begin to face it. If you don't face it, you are going to be hindered even more. You're going to become frustrated along the way. You're going to give up. You're going to quit. So that is why it's very important to go for workshops, training, seminar, conferences. Don't joke with it. If you're a business person, if you're in business, if you're an entrepreneur, you need these things for you to grow. If you actually want to grow, if you don't interact with other entrepreneurs, you don't go to platforms, you don't get involved with things going around, you cannot honestly assess yourself, and you cannot honestly achieve your next level. Networking is so powerful. If you don't network within environments and with people that you want to emulate, or that you want to, where you want to get to, is a very big problem. That means you are not yet ready. You're going to become stagnant. You're going to stay where you are. And these are signs that you are scared of success. Remember, we talked about, you are scared of being in the spotlight. Therefore, you shun compliments. When people compliment you, say, please, you shift the compliment immediately. When somebody say, oh, your dress is nice, you say, I bought it from Primark. Immediately you talk yourself down. Nobody asks you where you bought your dress. Just say thank you. Take the compliment. It's not about the dress, it's about how it fits you. Sometimes people say, oh, your hair is so beautiful. You say, I haven't even done it. They don't want to know if you have done it. They just saw that your hair is good on you. So learn to accept compliments. If you are scared of taking compliments or overthinking it, you are scared of success. 2, if you are scared of people's opinion of you, then you are scared of success. People are always going to have opinion of you. People are always going to say something. Everybody's not going to like you. Everybody's not going to be your cup of tea. Not especially if you now. Okay, let's talk about this now. If you are in business and you're serious about your business, be rest assured that many people are going to dislike you. Not because they want to, or not because you're bad. Because it's a natural tendency for people, wanting to get something that they don't deserve. Therefore, when you stand on your feet and know exactly who you are, what you want, and how you want it, and stick to it, people are going to become scared of you. People are going to be withdrawn from you. People are going to start talking bad about you. It's when you begin to achieve, when you begin to step out of the box that people have put you. Because once people see you, they're going to judge you, and they're going to decide where they're going to keep you. But if you decide not to stay there where they want to keep you, they become angry, and they'll become they start saying things that are even unfounded. So if you think that people's opinion, you want to be in everybody's good book, then you're not ready for business, and you're not ready for success. So that's number 2. Number 3 is, if you are scared of making mistakes. I remember when we started our magazine in 2012. Some people were saying, oh, you didn't edit. Some of the things you're writing is just rubbish. You didn't edit them. They are not properly edited. But these people who were quick to criticize my work, one, haven't even done any writing work. With all what they think they know, they haven't done any work that is published in the public to judge. Two, they don't know the circumstance that I was working at the time. When we started, the only equipment I had was my BlackBerry phone. Sometimes I'll be breastfeeding my baby and I'm still working. Sometimes, you are just, you have a lot of things happening at the same time. You want to keep them all going on. But I wasn't deterred by all those criticism. And of course, even now, sometimes you make mistakes. That is why, big companies, big media houses, they have sub-editor, they have chief editor, they have, people think because you're a chief editor, therefore you're not going to make any mistakes. That's not true. Everybody makes mistakes. And if you allow your mistakes to stop you or become a hindrance for you, then you are not ready for success. Because mistake is part of life. Mistake is part of growth. Mistake is part of, trying to get there. Let's say, for example, a child. If a child is scared of, falling, therefore he or she doesn't want to, walk, then you crawl forever. So you've already failed. So that's even a bigger mistake. So you see children, you see babies, they start learning to walk. Sometimes they walk, they fall many times. And they're not going to say because they had a fail, therefore they will not walk again. That's not true. They will keep trying until they get it. So that is how it is with everything. If you want to succeed, make your mistake and make it very well. Keep learning as you go until you get there. And when you get there, you have to set another goal for you to also get there and go beyond it as well. Then I talked about the imposter syndrome, the one I told you the story, remember? I told you the story of how, I got involved in the business deal, huge amount of money involved. At the time, I wasn't ready for such amount of money. Therefore, I became scared. I started having imposter syndrome. Now, if you fear to change, that if you become successful, you're going to change, then you are not ready for success. Of course, change is part of life. Change is the only thing that is constant in life. So if you don't want to change, therefore, that means you are not yet ready to move forward. The next one is, and this one is most critical. This is the most critical. This is the sixth one. Very critical. We have to pay attention on this one. If you're scared of losing friends, you are scared of losing people, you are scared of losing a family member because of success, then you are not ready for success. Let me tell you, just like I said about mistake and change and all that, these things are all about mindset. Oftentimes, people decide in their own mind what they want you to be, where they want you to get to. And once you remove the shell and you want to fly, they're going to be shocked. Some of them cannot contain it. Some people cannot contain your ability to start moving, your ability to own yourself. They are going to withdraw from you. Take for example, I don't know wherever you are now. Hey, hi, Efwa. Hey, my able designer. I love you, my dear sister. Welcome and thank you for joining us all the way from US. Yes, Studio D Maxim. Thank you. So, watch yourself now. Check your friends when you were in school, when you were in primary, secondary, university, or even postgraduate and all that. How many of them are still supporting whatever you do? How many friends or people that know you personally, Yeah, yes, thank you. How many people that know you personally are still there, behind you, supporting your progress, happy, genuinely happy for your progress? How many of the people that know you from your village, from your town, from your childhood, who know you very well, those people you used to play with, how many of them are willing to put their money, their financial support into what you're doing, even their presence, even their just words of encouragement? How many of them? That is when you know, because they want to discourage you. They want you to stop. They want you to come back into where they expect you to be. But where they expect you to be is not where you're meant to be. You are the driver of your life, not them. They don't know your destination. They don't have your navigator. You have your own navigator, not them. So when they see you driving away from the map that they've drawn for you, they can't take it. They withdraw from you. They become antagonistic. They will never support you in any way. They become enemies. These are real. These are not, if you haven't lost any friend or any family member as your ally, that means you're not doing anything tangible. That means you are operating below average. That is true. That's the truth. When you begin to climb, when you begin to climb the mountain of life, you begin to conquer mountains, you begin to let go of so many things. Of course, when you're climbing a ladder or a staircase or something, people who are not moving are going to be there. Some of them might want to pull you back. Some of them will be calling your attention down, wanting you to come down again and meet them where they are. And if you want to keep going, is a challenge for them, especially people who don't want to move on. It becomes a challenge for them. Therefore, they detest you because they are afraid of you. They are envious of you. They are thinking, oh, they become critical of you. So you have to be prepared. But if you're not prepared to leave such people and move on, then something that means you're not yet ready for success. And that's a big problem. So check yourself, check around you, the people hanging around you, the people, the baggages of people around you, the cluster around you, all the things that are packed around you. People, of what value are they adding to you and your dreams and your vision and your life? If you're not yet ready to let go of anyone who is weighing you down, who is stopping you from progressing, then that means you are not yet ready for success. You are sabotaging yourself. You're sabotaging yourself. It's not a matter of hating people. No, it's not a matter of not talking to people, or no, you're not going to have bad mind about these people, but you need to recognize that you need to go. You need to keep moving. You don't need those people to keep weighing you down if you're ready to move on. So it's just fine to let those friends, family, whoever, let them be as you go on. I think I talked about fear of responsibility. Success comes with so much responsibility. Like, when I used to be a nurse, when I used to work in the hospital as a nurse and all that, you are sure of your salary, you are sure of, all you need to do is come to work, do your shift and all that, and you go. At the end of the month, you have your money, you spend your money and all that. But when you start out, on your vision. You alone have that vision. You alone know where you're going to. You alone have to work it out. So you're gonna have sleepless nights. You have to plan. You have to do a lot of things. You have to do the negotiation. You have to do the building yourself. You alone is gonna bear it if it becomes viable or not. You are the one who's gonna make it viable. If your vision doesn't become viable, it's your worry. But as against when you're working, the only thing you need to do is wake up and go to work. And when you go to work, it's not your business how they get the money to pay you. You just do whatever, the same routine, and you go. But when you are running your own business, you're going to have sleepless nights. You're going to wake up by 2 a.m. and you're going to start working. Sometimes you don't even know the time. Sometimes you work 24 hours, sometimes 42 hours, 48 hours. You're still working. Because this becomes your baby. It's your responsibility how it comes, how it happens, what happens. If you make money, if you need to pay your bills, it's all on your head. So success requires so much responsibility. So if you are scared of responsibility, then you're not yet ready. Even when you don't want to talk to people, even when those people that you're scared of or something, people you feel that in the high places and all that, it's your responsibility to wake up and write that email. It's your responsibility to pick up that phone and make that call if you want to succeed. It's your responsibility to hear the no. And it's your responsibility to keep going back, even when the answer has been given to you, even when they have said no. It's your responsibility to keep going, keep negotiating, keep asking. It's your responsibility to take the shame of rejection when you have a vision. It's you alone who has the responsibility of going inside your room and crying about how things didn't go well. Yeah. So if you're not ready to cry about your vision, then you haven't even started. Even if it's your career, even if you want to climb in your career, in your profession, even if you work 9 to 5, don't underrate your 9 to 5. You can still climb in that area. If your vision is within the work that you do, your job, your profession, your career, then you will see that the responsibility, you're going to attach to it, it's going to be different. And it is you alone who knows where you want to get to in your profession. So success at all times comes with so much responsibility. Now, the next one is you are scared of, how people are going to treat you. You are scared of people snubbing you, people looking at you in a way, people trolling on you, people, like for example, now that I'm making this video now, I've opened myself to the public. Everybody's going to have an opinion about me. Some people are going to, cuss me out. Some people are going to judge how I'm pronouncing words. Some people are going to say, look at her mouth, look at her nose, blah, blah, blah. But if you're scared of those things, how people are going to treat you, they're going to compare you with other people. Your styling, your, whatever. So if you're scared of how people are going to treat you, then you're not ready. Because those people who are going to treat you negatively haven't even achieved an inch of what you have. Therefore, you're not supposed to fear them. You're not supposed to allow them to hinder you. You're not supposed to allow this, because if they have the lever to do what you're doing, they will step out and do theirs. They won't have time to be judging you. So when people, especially celebrities, when they're in the public eye, people have so much opinion. People treat them like trash. People talk so many things about them. People, you know, use them to make memes and all, forgetting that these are people that have emotion. These are people that have, you know, they have spirit, have souls. And yet sometimes we ask, oh, why did, I thought this person was so successful, how did that person commit suicide? These are when you begin to allow what people are doing to you, how people are treating you, to get to you. Sometimes you might know, you can see that you are well deserving of a particular position or reward or something, but people are going to walk over you and give it to people behind you just to undermine you. If you allow that to worry you, then you're not ready. You're going to have competitors in every way, and these competitors, their job is to undermine you. So it's your ability to contend, and work better, even in those situations. That is when you are building your steps to climb to the next level. That is it. So sometimes people think if they become successful, their life is going to be complicated. Of course. Nothing comes easy. Nothing good comes easy. So of course your life is going to be complicated. You're not going to have those free times anymore. You have to now become more responsible about your time, your resources, yourself. When you're successful, or when you're working towards your success or working on your vision, your time becomes very important to you. You can no longer while away your time. Then you can no longer associate with everybody. You can no longer, put yourself in certain situations. These are important times for you to know, that you are moving. Yes, my amazing. Thank you. He says, yes, true. Nothing good comes easy. Exactly. Nothing good comes easy. If you want to, if you are scared of your life becoming complicated, and you look at it as complicated because you're not ready for that situation, for that success. So nothing good comes easy. In fact, nothing great comes easy. So yes, my prince, prince of peace in quotes, Princess Zihana, she says, absolutely, time management. Yes, when you are working on your vision, when you're working towards success, you find out that your time becomes so precious. Any resources that you have, your words, the words that you speak becomes, valuable. You can't just talk anyhow. You can't just talk anywhere, anyhow, or get yourself involved in anything that is being said. Everything that you do, you begin to see the value of it. Even where you go, you begin to see that your presence in places becomes of value. So you begin to check yourself. You begin to, you begin to organize yourself better. You begin to look deeper into things that you're doing. That's the complication. Because it's not easy to be organized. And if you're not organized, you're not going to have success. You begin to organize your finances. You begin to check where you're spending your money and how it's coming in. Your eyes are now on your bank account. Your eyes are going to be on your bank account. You have to be checking your coming in and your coming out. So it's no longer as usual. For like sometimes when people, especially men, this one is very interesting. When men are bachelors and all that, there's no accountability most often times. From work, they can join their guys and drink all night. They can live anywhere they want to live. But once you're married, Women, we are very powerful. We're going to tell you no. It's not going to work that way. Your life becomes complicated as a man. Yes, thank you. Amazing. You said, yes, these days I don't joke with my time. Exactly. That shows that you are ready. You are started moving towards your success. So each time you move towards your next level, something is going to give. And that's the complication that you see. So for men, when men get married, that is the most difficult time of their lives. Adjusting to the responsibility, adjusting to the complications of being a family man. When they want to go out, that's not when the wife wants to go out. Now a woman wants you to start building the home. You can no longer be on the street anyhow, anytime, whenever, with whoever. You have to sit down and plan the family. And the woman is going to object to you going anywhere you want to go. And that is where it gets interesting. So most men cannot cope with that. And you see the marriage crumbling. So that means they're not yet ready for that marriage. They're not yet ready to build a home. If you want to have children, you have to plan how you're going to do it. Your life can never be the same as when you were not married. So we are talking about success, signs that you are not yet ready for success. Exactly. For your next, for your next level, for you to get to your next level at all times, something has to give. It's all, even in economics, there's forgone alternative in budgeting, in fact, in every practical life. If you have £5 and you want to buy two things both of them are £5, one has to give. That is where the priority comes in. You have to prioritize your life, preparing yourself for success. So if you haven't got the sense of priority, then you're not ready for success. So let me recap. I've given you 9 points today. So let me recap those 9 points. 1, I hope you're with me. 1 is, when you don't want to be in the spotlight. And when we talk about spotlight, what we mean is this. When somebody compliments you, you brush it aside. You don't want that compliment. For example, there are some people, I think sometimes I do it as well. Most of us do it. When people say, let's say, for example, people say, oh, your dress is nice. So, I bought it from a charity shop. They didn't ask you where you bought your dress. They just said your dress is nice. Say thank you and move on. Appreciate the compliment. That means you're scared of something. You don't want to be spotted. I remember when my second daughter, she said, Mommy, all your clothes are black. Why are you hiding? And that question really made me think. And I began to change my sense of color. Before, and of course, there was a fear in me. I didn't want, even lipstick, I didn't used to put red lipstick or color on my face. Yes, it's orientational. So my daughter, at the time, I think she was 6 or 7 years old. She said, Mommy, she came to my wardrobe and said, all your clothes are brown, black, brown. Mommy, why are you hiding? And that was a real question. And that made me to start changing my mindset about how I dress. So sometimes you need that kick. You need people to remind you. You need people around you to talk to you, for you to now ask yourself, oh my goodness, what am I doing? And wake you up. Then the next one is, you are scared of people's opinion. What people are going to say about you. Listen, if you want to succeed, if you're on your way to success, people are going to talk about you. And in fact, even junkies on the road, people talk about them. So people are always going to have an opinion of you, especially if you are in business, because people don't want to part with your money. So if you find yourself, you are scared or shy of asking for money, for the money that you've worked for, then you are not yet ready for success. If you are scared of people saying, oh, you are mean, people are going to misinterpret you. People are going to get you wrong. People are going to both intentionally and unintentionally misinterpret you. If you are scared of that misinterpretation, you are not yet ready for success. So you need to check yourself. Then the next one is fear of making mistakes, which I told you my story. When we started the magazine, I had a lot of people criticizing, my editing work, the things that we do. In fact, there was a lady who was a close family friend. I think she was doing her PhD or something at the time. And this was the very first magazine that we produced. And she said that she wouldn't read that magazine, blah, blah, blah. She said a lot of things. I asked her a question. I said, if I do the best magazine on our first outing, what am I going to do next? What improvement am I going to make? So it's fine for me to make mistakes. Don't worry about it. I'm not bothered. If you don't make mistakes, how do you learn? So it's part of training. Mistakes are part of training, just like a child learning to walk. You are going to make a lot of mistakes, but the important thing is, are you learning from those mistakes? Are you planning? Are you doing things to, are you doing things to correct those mistakes, to improve yourself? That is the most important thing, not what people are saying or thinking or mistakes that you're making. It doesn't matter. Make your mistakes and make it very well. Make a lot of them and begin to learn. That's what I tell people. Myself, sometimes I write articles, I don't even read it. I don't go back, because sometimes I won't go back to read it. My husband will be the one that will go back and read and tell me to see, there are some things you need to go and look at. So mistakes doesn't kill anybody. Mistakes do not kill anybody. So the imposter syndrome, this one is very interesting. This is the most interesting one. Yes, Ijoma said, yes, I was also cajoled at the onset of my dance. So exactly, whenever you start out something, people are going to criticize you. People are going to have lots and lots of opinion. But what you ask yourself is, these people who are saying this, if they know it so well, much better than you, why haven't they done it? Why are they not doing it? So you shouldn't bother you what people are saying about your mistake or how you're doing things. If they know better, they should come and do it. Now, the most important one, which also has happened to me, is the imposter syndrome. The imposter syndrome. Now, at the beginning of our business, when I was new in this business, there was a business deal that came. There was this big company that came that wanted us to manage some of the affairs of their business. And it involved a lot of money. And we're going to work with them for about 6 months to 1 year. We're going to have this contract. In fact, they had so much confidence. I'll have discussions and everything. And this thing involves thousands and thousands of money. So at this time, I haven't handled such amount of money before. I became scared. I was really worried. I began to ask myself, am I sure this is not a criminal? Am I not being criminal about this? Am I not being greedy? Because I wasn't ready for this opportunity. I wasn't ready for that level of success, financial success at the time. I was panicking, seriously panicking. I was having almost, oh my goodness. My husband would call me and say, baby, what is wrong with you? Calm down. I said, I'll be checking. But the thing is, when I'm in front of these people, guys, huge guys, like when I'm in front of them, I talk very eloquently and, present. I know what I'm going to do. I know what they're asking of me. I know how to do it. But when I look at the money involved, I become scared. Because I wasn't prepared for that level. That is why it's very important. Even if you haven't got to a level, you need to prepare yourself for opportunities that may come for that next level. because they might not come again. So that fear, that worry and everything, somehow that business disappeared. Something that we've already won, people, people we started signing the contract and all of a sudden it just fizzled out because of my own fear. So sometimes we pray, oh, people say some people did them juju, blah blah blah, that's why they didn't get. It's not true. It's you. It's your fear, your own fear, your imposter syndrome. You're scared of success. Your fear of success is what is denying you what you deserve. That is why opportunities come and they just like water, they slip out of your hand like that. But it was just after that experience, that I began to work on myself, and the next year I was able to get my next sponsorship, bigger than I've ever got, because I began to prepare myself. As it is now, that amount of money that I was scared of doesn't mean anything to me, because it's not even up to what we spend now. So you see, it's all about understanding where you're heading to and being able to prepare, especially your mind, on the level of success you're looking for. Be ready for success. Be ready. Be prepared for the opportunity for that success so that you don't miss it. Yes, imposter syndrome denies you what you deserve because you haven't known your worth. The next one is, you are scared of change. You feel that success is going to change you. Definitely, success is going to change you. Because success, like I said, brings responsibility. And the level of responsibility that comes your way changes how you respond to things. I remember also, I like to use myself so that it comes home, so that you can see it, because it happens to everyone. I remember when we started, I used to be very angry. How people, would treat me and everything, and I'll come on Facebook and I'll complain about it, and I'll be like, oh, why is this? Why is that? You oh my God. You are scared. But once you begin to, take up the responsibility of your success, of your vision, work towards actualizing, achieving, and begin to see your worth, the way you respond to things will change. You will learn who to respond to and who not to respond to. You will learn how to carry yourself. You will learn how to do things. You will change. Your attitude will change. Your lifestyle will change. Everything will change. People who knew you before will look at you and say, look at how she's behaving. She doesn't have time for us, or she doesn't, but your life changes automatically because you have other things you're focusing on. So your focus determines how you behave, how you are. So, and that is that change. So probably before it used to be like anyhow. But once you are focused, you begin to change. In the eyes of people and even in your own eyes, you begin to change. So it's necessary. Change. Also remember that change is the only thing that's constant. If you're not changing, and if things around you are not changing, that means you're not progressing, you're not succeeding, you're not doing anything different. And that's a big problem. Change is important in your success. And the next one is, this one is another interesting one. Yes, Linda said business mindset. Exactly. If you're in business, you will know what I'm talking about. Even in your career profession, if you aim to go higher in your profession, a lot of things are going to change. A lot of things are going to give. For example, like when I was a nurse, we were staff nurses and all that. So if you begin to work hard, you want to get promotion or something like that, you want to be recognized as, you want to go away from being a staff nurse and have more responsibility, things are going to change. You're going to behave differently. Wherever you work, whether it's business, you have to change for you to get to your next level. So I was saying the next one, the number 6 one, is you fear losing friends, old friends. Even the Bible told you that the old things shall pass away. Old things shall pass away. Anything that is not growing. Look at, for example, now crops or tree or whatever. When you plant a crop, the seed must die for it to grow. So if you're holding on to old friends who are not springing up with you, who are not growing with you, who are not going where you're going, you are dragging yourself down. And remember, whenever somebody meets you, they have a mindset about you. They have an opinion about you. They decide which box you're going to fit in. But any moment that they see that the box that they put you is the wrong box, you're not going to stay in that box. You are stepping out. They are going to detest you. They are going to become angry. They're going to become, they're going to move away from you. Yes, fear of losing friends, even family members, even childhood classmates, most times classmates. Check yourself. All the people that you went to primary, secondary, university, even postgraduates with, how many of them, even when you are still in contact with them on Facebook or wherever, social media, how many of them take their time to resourcefully support you, whether financially or with their presence or with their words of encouragement? None. Very few. Most times, you see, the ones that were not your close friends while you were in school are the ones that are even going to invest in you. But your very close friends. Exactly. Ijoma said, I was scared of losing the people I loved, but surely it was a terrible decision. Exactly. When you want to move on, people are not going to be happy. People are going to query your ability. You are going to step on toes. And anyone who doesn't want you to grow beyond where you are, you have to leave them, let them go. Look at trees. Trees do shed their leaves season to season. So any leaf that is not able to grow with the tree for that season gets dropped off. Nature gives us a lot of, example. Nature teaches us a lot, but we don't pay attention. For a crop to grow out, the seed that you planted has to die. It sheds off. Look at what's it called? What's this in caterpillar? For it to become butterfly, it has to, it has to shed off. It has to die. The body has to go. So even snake, from time to time, shed off the old skin. So you must learn to shed off the old skin. You have to let go. Both people, both some habits of yours has to go. Success means something has to give. So for me, I have so many friends. Even when I was in hospital, Havana Hospital, where are those people? Those people you spend your time with, those people you gossip with, those people you talk about other people with, where are they when you're doing something, that has to do with your vision? They are all gone. Then you have to move on. That is simply how life is. When people see that you don't want to stay in the box that they put you, they will go. And of course, you have to have the courage to move on without them and start making new leaves, making new friends, making new associates, making new clients, bringing new people who have the same vision, who are going to help you get to your, vision. It doesn't mean that you have malice against them. It doesn't mean you have bad mind against them. No. That is why sometimes I tell people, like on Facebook, if you watch my friend list, I don't have up to 500 friends. I don't believe in crowd. Because it is this crowd that makes you lose your focus. Sometimes people want to attach to you meaninglessly. They just stay there for nothing. If you come to Facebook to play, that's different. You can play with anyone. But if you have a vision that you want to achieve, then you have to be mindful of who is around you. If anyone around you is not contributing towards your success, and when I mean contributing, it's not only about money, words of encouragement. There are so many ways to encourage your friend who is trying to achieve something. So if somebody is undervaluing your vision or talking down your vision, then the person should not be around you. There's nothing malicious about it. You need to learn to move on. You need to learn to remove the baggages so you can move. Don't sabotage yourself. Then the next one is, okay, we've talked about responsibility. That's the 7th one. Success comes with responsibility. You must be able to live up to them. And then we talked about how people are going to treat you. Of course, if you're succeeding, people are going to hate you. People are going to, talk about you. People are going to, snub you. People are going to undermine you, try to undermine you. In fact, I have had a lot of experiences. I remember when myself and my siblings, my mom was teaching in a place called Amimo, Ikedru. So at the time, we were the only children from a different location, and of course we were teachers, children and all that, and we used to dress very neatly, and you know how teachers' children behave and all that. And unfortunately for the other kids, fortunately for me, one, I was academically able, and two, I was very sporty. When we had in athletics, if we are doing sprint races, nobody's gonna see my back. I'll just fly. So, and these children were so angry with me, so angry with me. I came to their school for the first time that I came to the school. I came first in the exam, and when we were doing inter-house sports, I I got all the trophies and all that. So anytime we are going home from school, they will start fighting myself and my siblings. Then some of the boys wanted to date us, want to be friends with us and all that, but we were still young. We were not trained to be behaving that way, and we say no to the advances and all that. They will go and wait for us in front of the gate. As you're coming out, someone will slap you. Why? Oh my goodness. So people are going to treat you in a very bad way, not because you have done anything to them, but because they are scared of your succeeding, going beyond them. That is part of life. Even children do it. That is why there is bullying. So when people start bullying you, you need to remind yourself. You need to know. In fact, somebody told me something one time and said, have you seen anybody throwing stone on a mango tree that has no fruits, that have no ripe fruits, or mango or orange that hasn't got ripe fruits on it? People are going to throw stones to pluck the best of the fruits. And that is what bullies do, because they have seen the value in you. They have seen where you're going to. So they are plucking. They want to stop you. They want to, they want to take the best of you against yourself. So you need to know that. You need to remind yourself that, see, all this bullying, all this, throwing stones at you, It's not about you, it's about them, it's about their own complex, it's about their own insecurities. It has nothing to do with you. So you have to be strong. You have to be strong and focus on your goal. Focus on the success. Focus on why you are here. Focus on where you're going to. And that today, remember, 9 points, signs that you're scared of success. That's the end of it today. In our next discussion, subsequent discussions, we'll be talking about what to do when you begin to fear success. What are the things you should do? What are the steps to start helping yourself so that you can be where you need to be? So thank you so much. Remember to share the video, and always remember also to tune in on, follow my page so that whenever I'm online, you'll be able to get the video firsthand. But if you're not online now, you can also still rewatch it and follow up with the discussion. Thank you so much. Thank you, Joma. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, everyone, Efwa. Thank you, everyone that's been online and contributing and encouraging me as well to talk, because it's not easy, So thank you so much, and God bless you. Mwah.